Well, this video is about a very exciting topic: used conveyor belt floor covers. Now, some guys on my channel suggested that I get that. And I thank the viewer from where was he? Somewhere in the not in US, on a big island, Australia. No. Mozambique? I forgot. Anyway, this guy says they put like 55 tons on their flatbeds, and they use used conveyor belts to protect the aluminum, and then it's easier to sell the trailer, right? Because then you just take them off and the floor looks like new. So it's almost like new on my trailer. I just have a couple of scratches, right? And then that small hole. I still want to, some guys say don't bother fixing that. I still want to fix that because, you know, let's say 10 years down the road, I'll be selling the trailer, and let's say I've kept this conveyor belt all this time on the flooring, but still, I take it off and the guy will see the hole, you know? That's gonna dramatically drop the value of the trailer. Let's say from 5,000 to, you know, 4,500 bucks. You don't want to do that. No, but seriously, I'm not gonna sell this trailer ever, because this is a 53-step 3-axle, and I'm in Canada, so I need 3 axles. But I definitely want to put that conveyor belt thing. In case someone watches this who used this, I got 2 questions. One is, how heavy is this thing? Because I'm already with 3-axle trailer, I'm at I think 34,000 pounds by empty weight with one tank. 34,000 pounds, truck and trailer. So in US, legally I can do 46,000 only. So I don't want to lose, you know, I can lose a couple of 100 pounds, but I don't want to lose, let's say, 500 or 1,000 pounds. You know, and I probably want to put that conveyor belt only on the lower deck, because the upper deck you don't load it that often, and I can take care of that 11 foot of space. You know, that's the size of my upper deck. I can find something. It's easier to take care of that, and plus, you know, it'll reduce the weight. So question number 1 is, how heavy is this conveyor belt? And question number 2 is, how do you secure this to the floor of the trailer? Like, do you just nail it to the wooden part? Because I have some nailers, you know, wood boards. Or do you just use some kind of flat, maybe metal panel, just to go over the belt and then maybe screw it into the wooden part? Because I don't think you can just, you know, leave it loose on the floor, right? So it has to be secured somehow. And by the way, I already see advantages of a 3-axle trailer, because I loaded these reels of flex pipe, and the guy who loaded me said they had another Landstar driver show up with a tandem trailer, and he said no matter how far they loaded the reels closer to the back of the trailer, you know, to take off the load from the trailer axles, he was still over. And I was thinking about this, and I figured it out. So the guy had a 10-1 spread, which is great for Canada, but he probably had a sliding rear axle to make it legal in Western Canada. And because the rear axle slides, so that his wheelbase was very short, you know, and that's why he was probably over like 37,000 pounds they allow here in Western Canada for a tandem. And the guy had to leave. They tried it twice. They moved the coils twice, and he had to go to the truck stop and, you know, scale them. And it just didn't work, so they had to take them off. Can you believe this? Like, the guy had to move them. He had to move all the straps. Second time. And then third time when they finally took it off. So much work and all for nothing. You have to decline the load. So with my 3 axles, I don't have to worry about that. And I estimate I'm about 30,000 pounds on my drives now, and about 35 on the trailer axles. So, you know, not a care in the world. My only one concern was I thought I would be too much on the steer axle because they put that big reel right on the upper deck, but I look at my gauge and it looks okay because I only have like, I only fueled up half a tank, like one tank on one side, so that's why I'm a bit concerned about the weight of this conveyor belt, but it definitely is a good idea because, you know, all my previous trailers, that 48 step and then 53 flat, they all had aluminum flooring, and it's always a hassle. You know, it's really aggravating to try and keep it, you know, clean and scratch free. It's impossible. Like my flatbed, I think the worst damage was done during the first 6 months, and the worst case was when I picked up some huge skids. I had a semi-axle for a mine truck, and each assembly was like 20,000 pounds. So I had 2 huge skids, and what I didn't realize is that there was a bolt sticking out at the bottom, and actually when they were sitting, it didn't do any damage because on that Wilson 53, the aluminum floor is much thicker than on this new step deck. So even though I pushed it in with straps and chains, there was no holes, just maybe a slight, you know, kind of fudge on the aluminum. But the damage was done when I arrived at the place in Northern Ontario, and this crane guy, either he didn't have enough experience, I don't know, but he parked the crane at like away from the truck, and when he tried to lift these skids, they started sliding. They started sliding on the deck, and so those bolts at the bottom of the skid, they really did some, you know, very deep scratches. That was really, and that guy, oh, I'm sorry, you know, like they don't care. So if I had the, you know, conveyor belt, it would just probably slide off because those conveyor belts, they are designed to handle, you know, tear and wear, all these rocks, and I read very good things about them. They're really, you know, scratch resistant and damage resistant. They're very strong. So I like the idea. So guys, tell me the weight and how do you secure them to the floor. Thanks for watching. Take care.